Okay guys, you join us now inside the Jeep Gladiator Mojave, and of course we're going to drive it on some dirt roads here. You don't really need any type of serious vehicle to drive it on these dirt roads, but we have the Mojave, and this is about as much off-road as I can find near where I live. So let's see how it handles on these roads. Now of course with the Gladiator Mojave, it is that more Baja style, or I guess sand dune style setup here. So we have those unique Fox shocks on this one with the remote reservoirs. We have stiffened axles compared to even the Rubicon, though we lack like things like such as a disconnecting front sway bar. We have some pretty nice tires on here as well. Very good tread, and over this rough pavement over here, we have like a lot of broken pavement, as well as transitioning a lot from actual pavement to this rocky stuff here. You can see quite a significant amount of vibrations and stuff coming into the cabin. Even with this really nice suspension setup we have on this one, they can't seem to fully erase all of it out, but generally I think it is quite good at handling it. And we're still just in too high on this. Of course we have our unique transfer case on this one versus things like a Rubicon as well, and we can kind of see what's going on with our off-road pages. So we can see the status of our transfer case, our rear diff locker if we have that on, as well as some other fun things like pitch and roll. At lower speeds, that screen does become active, and we also have some accessory gauges to see what's happening as well as our GPS trail logs, which is a fun little thing. So we have a nice little off-road features on the Gladiator Mojave. And we also have a front and rear camera system as well. So we actually can activate this front camera system on this screen here. So you go over into your off-road pages. You can also have a quick link to it over here in your front screen as well, as I can't even find it. We have a rear view camera here. That'll pop up, and that will allow you to open up your front camera. So we have wheel trajectory there, and we actually clean it with this little button here. If it does get dusty or dirty, so it'll spray some washer fluid on that. But otherwise, you know, the Gladiator is very capable, and honestly probably the most capable mid-size pickup truck in this segment, and it has all those different varieties. Of course, we got this in the Rubicon, which is going to be your extreme rock crawling style vehicle there. But to have even, yes, it's just around a 5-foot bed, you're still going to have that capability and a lot of interior space that a lot of these other mid-size trucks don't really have. Now, I'm curious driving this thing off this road here, because I did actually drive this in the Ford Bronco Raptor with it. That has a fully independent suspension, like this one does not. And that one did definitely handle this kind of style pavement and gravel a little bit better than even this Gladiator Mojave can. I wish I'd have the chance to kind of take this into some kind of sand dune style environment to really put it out to work there, maybe out in Moab and Utah. But I think it's still doing a good job here. Just a lot of vibrations coming through the cabin, especially from that rear end where the bed is as well. You can definitely feel a lot of jumping around on this pavement here, especially at higher speeds. Now we do have a lot of fun features on the Gladiator as well that actually are coming standard now, like that forward collision warning and emergency braking, as well as standard adaptive cruise control as well. So out on the highway, it's actually quite a nice feature to have on this Gladiator Mojave. Though, like I have mentioned earlier in this video, is that we don't actually have blind spot on this one, so that's another additional package, and firstly that's around $65,000. I think it is still a little bit priced high, even with these cloth seats as well. I think Jeep has also noticed that now for this 2024 and now 2025 model years, they are actually lowering the prices just by a bit, and offering some really impressive discounts to kind of compensate for that, because it still is a pretty good vehicle. It's very unique. It's a convertible pickup truck. The only other really one you can get like this is a Hummer EV, and that's over $100,000. So this is a pretty unique vehicle still. And transitioning right back onto tarmac over here, very smooth. I think it even handles even better on smoother roads than in off-road environments in terms of being a passenger inside. But we still have all of that capability if you do need to get in some stickier situations. And you can actually still kind of a rock crawl with this vehicle as well if you pop it into the right modes, pop it into manual mode. You still have that rear diff locker as well. And the Pentastar V6, well, it's tried and true Pentastar V6. I have to say, its pairing with this 8-speed, which of course is optional, is quite good. It's a very smooth shifting transmission. I really have no problems with it whatsoever. I have not heard good things about the 6-speed manual that is standard. I heard it has a lifeless clutch. I hope I don't have to experience it, but I'm surprised they actually still offer it for sale. As we all know, manuals are not a in-demand gearbox these days, especially in a pickup truck, but it is still cool nonetheless that you can actually get a manual in this vehicle. Now, one big thing that is coming with the Gladiators is we have that 4xe coming really soon to market for the 2025 model year. So I think that's going to help boost Gladiator sales quite a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how that powertrain combines with towing and payload capacity, with having the battery pack and of course the 2-liter turbo 4 under the hood. Hopefully, if they can figure out some way to shove in the new inline 6 in the Wrangler and Gladiator lineup down the road, or maybe in the next generation, I think that would be a really, really smart idea in terms of just more popularity and diversifying the engine lineup of these vehicles. But for now, not too bad. Now, of course, fuel economy isn't the best with these Gladiators. It's in the lower range that we can say. If we pop over our fuel economy gauge here, we can see we're getting 16.6 mpg average here. On the highway, they say I think you can get around like 20, 22. I have not seen that even on the highway, so it's a little bit difficult to achieve those higher numbers, especially as this thing is just a brick driving on the road with a whole bunch of open holes all over the place. So there really is no aerodynamic flow over this car too much. And you can definitely feel that on the highway with the wind, but that's just the style of driving the Wrangler and the Gladiator these days. And of course, another great thing is now we have this much larger infotainment display over here. So using mapping systems, if you have a trail map popped up in here with even the built-in trail mapping system, it's a lot easier to use. You have that Wi-Fi hotspot connectivity as well. If you're out camping, you have a signal. I think that'd be great to connect a whole bunch of devices too. And you have a whole bunch of nice auxiliary ports throughout this vehicle with its 2 battery packs. We have 2 12-volt batteries under the hood, one for auxiliary and one for our engine. So that's actually a really nice reassuring feature. Even when you come to a full stop and does its auto stop start, everything will still just be normally running. So it's almost, in a sense, kind of a mild hybrid style vehicle, but there's no sort of regenerative systems on this. But I think that'd be pretty cool if they kind of added that e-torque style system to this. I think it'd be a nice pairing. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick drive on with the Gladiator Mojave. And as always, stay tuned for more coming on Allcarnews. Cheers.